All right, and then to end this lesson, we're going to kind of do a combo of what we've been doing. We're going to solve this application problem that has a quadratic equation and then also a quadratic inequality. So the ball is thrown vertically upward with an initial velocity of 80 feet per second. The distance s in feet of the ball from the ground after t seconds is this right here. So part A wants to know at what time t will the ball strike the ground? So again, when something is striking the ground, okay, if something is on the ground right here, then that tells me that its height, in this case, s, is 0. So at what time t, I'm going to take this equation and replace my s with 0. So we've got 0 equals 80t minus 16t squared, and I'm going to solve for t. So it's in standard form because it equals 0. So look for a GCF. Is there anything I can divide into 80t and a negative 16t? Hopefully you tried out 16 because 16t is my GCF. Now, I have said previously that you always want the squared term to be positive. Because it's in the back, I'm actually going to make sure that my front right here is the one that stays positive. So I'm just going to take out a 16t. 80t divided by 16t is 5. Negative 16t squared divided by 16t leaves me with a negative t. So we have factored this, so let's solve. Here we get 16t equals 0. I'm going to divide by 16. And we get t is 0, which should make sense. At time 0, the ball is on the ground. It wants to know when will the ball strike the ground, meaning it wants the second one. So take this one and set it equal to 0 and solve. So we'll add our t over. And we get 5 equals t. So when will this strike the ground? Well, we are in the unit of t seconds. So in 5 seconds. I put secs, but I don't think that's probably right. So in 5 seconds. Okay. So now part B wants to know at what time t will the ball be more than 96 feet above the ground. So more than 96. So take your equation, 80t minus 16t squared, and we're going to set that to be more than 96. Okay. I'm going to move this over and I'm going to rearrange these. So I'm going to get negative 16t squared plus 80t, subtract that over, and we get a negative 96. And now it's greater than 0. Look for your GCF here, and I do have a GCF of 16 again. And this time, because I rearranged it, I do want this one to be positive. I want my leading one to be positive here. So we get negative 16 is my GCF, which leaves me with positive t squared minus 5t plus 6. We have an easy trinomial, so hopefully this factors. My a times c is 1 times 6. My b is negative 5, but adds up to 5 and multiplies to a positive 6. And that is negative 2 and negative 3. positive times, or sorry, negative times negative is okay. I'm not sure, something kind of happened with the video. Hopefully you saw everything. I'm not really sure when it kind of started spazzing. A little nervous about that, but I am too far to start over and do it again. So let's hope for the best. So I factored, we'll just kind of back up. I factored and I set my two multiples here equal to 0 and solved. And I got 2 seconds and 3 seconds. And I'm wanting to know up here, when is it more than 96 seconds? Or sorry, more than 96 feet. So you can see here in the diagram, here's my 96 feet. We have here, and we have here. I got 2 seconds, and I got 3 seconds. And so it's in between these two intervals that my ball is more than 96 feet. So we can either say 2 to 3 in interval notation, or word problems usually need word answers. So between 2 and 3 seconds.